morning, everyone, or good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. I was having trouble connecting live on my laptop, but here I am backing up on my phone. So there's always a way. Um, Now I just wanted to have a quick run through on this new moon. I'm actually quite excited about this new moon. It's like it feels like Christmas Day to me a little bit. I woke up very excited because there's this new fresh energy in the air. We had quite a heavy month. We had eclipses in with the solar eclipse for the new moon in Capricorn on the 26th of December, and then we had the lunar eclipse 2 weeks ago when we had the full moon in Cancer. And eclipses, they bring sudden changes. So you might have had something happen in your life out of the blue that you didn't see coming, and it's a way for the universe to course correct you, really. So if there's something that you've been holding on to that you should have let go, this would have been your message to say, hey, look, it's time to move on from this, whether you like it or not. And to coincide with all of this, there was the big Saturn-Pluto conjunction in Capricorn around the time of the last full moon eclipse as well, 2 weeks ago. So we're still seeing the fallout and the changes of all of that happening. And we can feel things shifting with this. But there was just so much Capricorn energy happening. I mean, look, I am a Capricorn. I've got my Capricorn mug here. So, nothing against Capricorns and Capricorn energy. But it's really nice to have this Aquarian energy, which is lighter and brighter and breezier. And I actually have 3 of my personal planets in Aquarius. So I have Mercury, Venus, and Mars in Aquarius. So I'm also quite familiar with that. So maybe that explains my excitement here. But I just wanted to explain to you what the full moon or what the new moon and the full moon mean in the sky. So the new moon is when the sun and the moon meet up in the same degree in the sky. So the moon takes a month to travel around the zodiac. It's very quick. The sun, obviously, there's a whole year with time in there, and basically the sun and the moon, they're known as the luminaries because they bring light, and the moon rules our emotional world, how we feel on the inside, what we need to feel safe and secure. And the sun represents our outer world and how we shine in the world. And so the way I like to see it is that every month the sun and the moon have a meeting, and they get together and they're like, all right, what's going on? What do we need to do? And depending on what sign they're in, they get the flavour of that sign. So at the moment they're in Aquarius. So they have their little powwow, and then the moon starts to travel around the zodiac and spreads this message around to all the different parts of our life. And it spreads the message to all the different planets in our birth chart. And when it is directly opposite the sun, that's when we have our full moon, when we can really shine the light and see what's happening. We've had a little bit of time to integrate our intentions so we can see what's working and what isn't, and we can release at the full moon. And then the moon comes back and it wanes. It becomes, if you see it in the sky, it comes back to its new moon stage, which is also known as the dark moon. And that's when we feel really internal and withdrawn. We go within a little bit and just kind of start to see, what do we want to do for the next month, and how are things going in our life. So it's just, the moon's just a really good way to check in with how you're going with things. Visually you see it in the sky. We feel it. The moon rules the tides, and humans are made up, I think it's like 70% water. So we are influenced by it. Women's menstrual cycles are influenced by the moon. We're very connected to it. So I really do enjoy setting new moon intentions and doing full moon release rituals as well. So yeah, it's a really good way to tap into things. Um, so as I look at the time, it's 8:42 a.m. here in Melbourne, and this is the exact time of the new moon. So just quickly, the new moon in Aquarius. Aquarius is an air sign. It's about spreading the ideas through through the collective consciousness. Um, so it helps, being an air sign, it helps gives us a bit of distance, a mental energy. It helps us think creatively, and um, helps us think beyond any barriers that we might have set for ourselves. And for me, I wrote a blog post on this. I feel like this new moon is like Hugh Jackman's character in The Greatest Showman, and how he coaxes everybody out of the shadows, all the performers, all of the public, and brings them together into this great fantasy world that he's dreamed up, and he turns it into reality. So this moon is our ringmaster. It's coaxing us out of the shadows. It's saying, what have you been dreaming of? What do you want in your life? What fantastic things are you wanting to create? Because now is the time to really set those intentions. We've had a heavy couple of years of just doing that whole big Marie Kondo clearing out of our lives, and now we can really start to put the new into those spaces that we created. So wherever you are at this point in your life, I really encourage you to harness this energy of the Aquarian new moon and to really go for it. So let's get into a little bit of intention setting while we're here. I can't see comments if you're making comments here on my phone, but you know, it doesn't matter whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching this back later. You can still harness the energy. You don't have to be right on time and exact as I am now. I was just very excited. So have a piece of paper beside you if you can, and a pen, because you might want to scribble some ideas down. But I just want you to get really comfortable and settled. Wherever you are, just really feel yourself grounding down into the seat that you're in. Maybe you're in bed. Get really comfy. Lie down on the ground if that's what moves you. And just close your eyes and take a few deep breaths just to really feel into your body. Imagine that you're drawing energy down from your head into your body. You can just feel it coming through. And start to tune into your heart space. And just ask your heart how it's feeling. Ask it what it needs from you. And ask it how you can give it what it needs. And then I want you to feel into the space just below your belly button. So this is your sacral chakra. It's your area of creativity, creation. You might like to put your hands on your belly just to really help you tap into that space. And using the information that your heart just told you, tap into this center of creation that you have. Feel into the ways that you can create, the things that you can do, to allow your heart to feel the way it wants to feel, and to create something that excites you, helps you feel safe, helps you feel nurtured. And how does this idea feel in your body? Does it make you feel light and excited and free? Or do you feel heavy? And if you feel heavy and a bit fearful, ask yourself why, and ask yourself if this is really the right thing for you. And ask yourself how you can change this thought, feeling, idea into something that brings the joy and light and excitement to your body. Because we want to do things that feel good in our bodies. We want to be around people who make us feel good. So anytime the mind gets in the way, just always come back and ask your body how it feels. Whenever you feel confused about something, just tap into the heart, tap into your belly. And when you feel ready, start to wiggle your fingers and toes and wake your body up. And then open your eyes and come back into the room. So now you might like to journal a little bit on what came up for you. What feeling you want to feel, what your heart wants, and just do some free-form writing for a little bit, for 5-10 minutes if you can. Just keep on writing. It can be a bit of a challenging exercise when you first start it, but I encourage you to just keep on writing, set a timer. And then you can read over what you've written. If you have trouble getting started, it can be helpful using a line like, I am craving, what's missing from my life is, this year I will, something like that. And see what comes up, and you'll start to see a theme emerge. There'll be something that you keep writing. There might be a word, there might be a phrase, there might be an activity. And you'll know it because you'll be able to tap into that excitement. It'll make you feel really good. It won't make you feel heavy. And then this thing will become your intention. And every time you think of this intention over the next month or year, because it's the first new moon of 2020, it's quite, normally we set our big yearly goals for the Aries new moon. But this new moon, I feel, has the power to actually start to seed that. So whatever you write down that brings that excitement into your body, that brings that joy and lightness, then this is going to be your thing. And so all you need to do is start to tap into that feeling whenever you think of it over the year. And we can start to create some action steps to help you move towards this intention. But the action steps don't have to happen right now unless you feel inspired to write them. For now, it's just enough to feel the intention, to write it down, to start to imagine it happening. And then over the next week, you'll start to get inspiration on how it's actually going to become reality for you, how the Ringmaster is going to turn this into some amazing, great thing in your life. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a beautiful day, night, whatever it is, week, month, year. If you are in Melbourne in 2 weeks at the full moon, I'll be doing a full moon release event. So just have a look. Facebook, my website, information is all there. But thanks for joining me, and I'll speak to you soon.